Morning. It's about 8 o'clock here in the morning, and I'm just going out for a morning walk. I've got my 3-day weekend, so I thought I'd take the opportunity just to do some walking that I don't do that often these days. And I had quite a fattening day yesterday, so beer, wine, we ate out. So I feel like I need to. I feel a bit, which I usually do after drinking red wine, to be honest. It was lovely yesterday, actually. The sun was out, and although I work in like a warehouse type situation, so it is actually quite cold in there anyway. But I'm sure outside I don't see that often. It's lovely. So, but yeah, as I said, we were out, sat in the sun, enjoying it, and it was lovely. And although it feels like summer's coming, although it's not really at the moment, we're still in the depths of winter, and it is a bit chilly this morning, to be honest. So the grass is quite wet. I don't think we get frost here, but there's just like a very thin layer of dew, as such. I'm not sure what it's doing in the UK at the moment. I saw some pictures from friends yesterday, and it looked okay. Typical British summer, really. So enjoy it while you can, because obviously it won't last. And I think traditionally, August has become one of the worst months in the summer, and it used to be probably the best, but that's kind of changed. I think July is the best. Great time to be in the UK, to be honest. And we hope to do that ourselves next year and sort of return for a few weeks. Not a few weeks in the UK, I couldn't cope with that, but just a short while before flying on somewhere else. So it will be nice to go back. Plan for the weekend. I've got obviously got to do some blogging today, which I haven't done for a while, and I've got to do some work as well. So I've got work to do this afternoon. I've got an article to write as well, which I've been asked to do, which I shall try and start at least today. And I'm just going to relax, because I don't get that chance that often to relax. When you have a 3-day weekend, it's great. But I know I've got a really busy few weeks ahead. I've got Stocktake coming up, which is going to be hell on earth, really. There's a lot to do, and just minimal members of staff to do it. So I'm going to be doing that. I also spoke to my work colleague Sue yesterday, day before, and we had a really long conversation. I think it was nearly an hour and a half. Mind you, I was tired, so it might not have been. And yeah, it was lovely to talk to Sue, because I don't hear from her that often. We did a video call, and it was like being back at work in the old days. It was lovely. It was great, just sort of chatting, and as we used to, bitching maybe a little bit, talking about life in the UK and here, and it was nice to have that interaction with someone from home. I obviously get that with little John every Monday, which is great, and Jules as well. So it's nice to have that contact with people. It's very different here. We do have a very few close network of friends, not many. But you got to understand that we come here sort of, what are we now? Getting on to mid-50s. So it becomes that much more difficult to make friendships. And, I'm so busy with work. I just really don't have the time to dedicate to it. And, we've got things to pay for. We've got a house to pay for, and all the other stuff that goes along with that, all the bills. So at the moment, it's just a case of knuckling down. Friendships, will happen eventually when we both have, the time to do it. At the moment, we're quite happy just finally having our own place to ourselves and, living life in the way we want to, rather than the way other people dictate. So that's good. So, gonna phone Dad later. We've actually spoken to quite a few people. Serena was another one we had a video call with. So we really, really do keep in contact. Amelia, another one from work. Very different to when I lived here back in the 1990s, because we are able to keep in contact. Back in the bad old days, there was dial-up. Internet was intermittent. I remember I was living in Midsummer Circle, and there was the election when Tony Blair won in 1997, and the results were coming through, and we were getting them sporadically because it was just such an appalling connection. And that was quite poignant, because at that point we decided to return to the UK because Tony Blair made promises to change laws that would protect mine and the other half's relationship. Whether that was a good move or not, I don't know. If we'd stayed here instead, life may have been very different, and we may have been a lot wealthier than what we are. We wouldn't have lived in Spain, and we wouldn't have made the friends we made there. So swings and roundabouts, really. So lots of things to think about. Might actually include that in the blog today, I don't know. But I hope you're all well, looking after yourselves, and I'll speak to as many of you as I can soon. So all the best. Ciao.